What's up, Copy Squad? It's your boy Kyle Milligan coming to you live from Delray Beach, Florida, and today I want to talk about 3 ways to develop or come up with your unique mechanism. And why that's important is because the unique mechanism does all the work. I've got examples. I've been kind of looking into this myself as I start finally getting back into writing copy. I've been distracted by real estate and all sorts of other stuff going on in my personal life and stuff that sidetracked me totally. So now that I'm diving back into it, I think I'll have a bunch of cool new content for you, as a matter of fact, because I'm just basically doing the copywriting thing again, got 100% of my attention. Well, that and my new product. Okay, so let's talk about that really quick. So I'm launching a new product, basically showing you how I wrote the sales letter for my book called Take Their Money. And the sales letter is at kylewriter.com/book, and I'll actually use that as an example for this as well. So I'll show you how the unique mechanism plays a role on my own sales letter, along with some other sales letters. First, let's kind of talk about, lost some signal. Let's talk about desktop analytics tech. Okay, so here's a little glimpse into some stuff that we're going to look at. But first, let's talk about 3 ways to come up with your unique mechanism. 3 ways to come up with your unique mechanism. Okay, now I'm just going to list these off. This won't necessarily be what the examples, I haven't made the examples tie directly into this, but I've got them listed here. There's 1, the existing mechanism. Okay, get your notepads out. You're going to learn some stuff today. Do this when you truly have a unique element, like part or component, something like truly have a unique element or ingredient, right? So that's the existing mechanism. So whatever it is, you need to kind of highlight that, and the mechanism does all the work, and I'll show you that in a minute. Maybe I did this backwards, but here. The second thing, the unspoken mechanism. Okay, so let's say this is a let's say the top thing is proprietary formula, piece, you're using specific chemical or something like that. The unspoken mechanism, nothing really unique about your thing, alright? So we saw an example of this. I don't know if this was in Madmen. I don't know if this is real life or not. And they had cigarettes, and the cigarettes were made the same as every other cigarette in the world. So how do you make it seem unique? Well, the guy was talking through the process, and he just said, well, we toast our cigarettes. And he's like, wait a minute, they're toasted. And he's like, yeah, but everybody toasts their tobacco. And he's like, no, nobody says it. So it's an unspoken mechanism. Madmen, it's toasted. Another example was the fire detectors. The fire detectors, and I think I got this out of Adweek Copywriter Handbook by Joseph Sugarman. Gold-plated conductors or something like that. Gold-plated connectors. And the fire detector manufacturers like, but all fire detectors have gold-plated connectors. He said, yeah, but nobody talks about it. So it's the unspoken mechanism. Number 3 is the transubstantiated mechanism. And I think what this is where you just give an old thing a new name. I believe it's the only way to really describe it. Transforming the ordinary into extraordinary. And that would be Trump bonus checks is like the best example, because what that boils down to is going to be like dividend checks, income checks, stuff like that. So that's kind of like a normal thing made into something extraordinary. All right, so we got 3 ways. You got how to come up with a unique mechanism. Okay, so boom, that's kind of important, right? Because this does all the work. And I want to explain what I mean by that in just a second. So we'll start here. I was reading this last night, your 3-step retirement plan, and this is for back-end service. It's called Amplified Income. It's a $2,000 product, and there is 1 mechanism that carries this promo from beginning to end, okay? So right here is your big promise, right in the first second, right in the first line. In the next 60 seconds, I give you a bribe. I'm going to show you how you could retire a multimillionaire. There's your big promise as early as April 11th. There's your urgency. 1 line, bing, bang, boom. You need to read this because I'm going to show you something awesome, and you need to act now. All done in 1 line. So one of the reasons I kind of decided to start paying a lot of attention to the unique mechanism, actually, we're going back to the notepad. So I'm stealing this from Jake Hoffberg. He was talking about writing a promotion backwards, and I'll show you what I mean by that. And I decided to kind of put this to the test. Maybe put it to the test or just try it out and see what it was that, if there was any merit to anything that could help me do a better job of breaking down promos. And this is kind of how he structured it. And here's how he said to do it. You got your, I should say offer. Okay, so basically start here at your offer. What reports are you going to offer people? And I talked about this in a previous video, which I can link. Here, let me see where I am on the camera. We'll be talking about this. It'll be in that corner. Wait. Bing! There. Now I remember to come back to it. In YouTube, if you're watching this on YouTube, I'll link a video about how I went over this part. So basically come up with an offer. What reports or premiums, like what's in your offer section? What do they get? So start there, right? Start there before you even think about big ideas. Start there before anything else. And I was like, okay. So I started reading this promo backwards. And then he says, okay, well, why now? That's another thing. What's your urgency deadline? What's your urgency or scarcity? Okay? And I go over all this stuff, like what urgency is, what scarcity, how to use it inside my book, Take Their Money. It's available at kylethewriter.com/book. It'll teach you how to write copy really well, okay? And then lastly, the unique mechanism. And the unique mechanism was the part that intrigued me the most, because I understand this stuff. But I've not really stopped and studied the bejesus out of a unique mechanism or put a microscope to the unique mechanism. So I kind of did that last night with this. And I noticed that, man, the unique mechanism is really, really important. It's crazy how this stuff almost is a byproduct of having this locked down first. So you might even want to start here. So you know what reports you're going to get. You know that it has to be done by a certain day or time, right? Because reports are like, okay, we got this special report that has a big stock investing opportunity. My camera's over here now. Has a big stock investing opportunity, and you have to act by blank date. Okay, so that is kind of like hand in hand, right? But what about it makes the opportunity work, right? So we're working backwards. We know that we want you to buy ABC company. Okay, well, why should you buy it now? Okay, we want you to buy ABC company because there's a big announcement coming up or something like that, right? So maybe your unique mechanism is the announcement. What is the catalyst? Like what makes it work? Like what makes this opportunity possible? Like what is the trick, the tool that gets you through there? And I noticed that in system promos, the system itself is the unique mechanism. And those are the $2,000 backends that make big money. Talking millions of dollars, okay? So if you can lock down this, right? And then I realized, oh, snap, I've never thought about it that way, but I wrote my entire sales letter for my book with just one unique mechanism, and I focused every effort on that mechanism. And then I was like, wow, I was doing this without even realizing I was doing it. And it wasn't until I kind of read it like this that it started to come to light. And I want to show you how that works. So for this promo, your 3-step retirement plan, this was the 1-800 number. This is a relead, and this was a control for quite a while. See, I pulled this. Oh, this was yesterday. But I had another version of it. I had another copy of it from months and months ago. But I pulled it again, and I marked it up again with this new idea. So sometimes I'll review and break down promos multiple times, looking for different things, like promos that I know were successful. This was a successful promo, so I'm going to go back and I'm going to look at it. What made it work? Well, maybe I should look at it with this angle or that angle. And just break it down, inside and out. That's how I do it. And I think that's how you get immersed in the language of copywriting. If you want to learn about the language of copywriting, you should pick up my book. It's called Take Their Money. It's available at kylethewriter.com/book. So right away, we got our big promise, we've got our urgency, and we got a bribe. You need to read in the next 60 seconds. Like, this is why you need to read. This is all a bribe. Okay? All you need to get started is these are easy. Anybody has $100 to $500. Anyone who's reading this has already bought a front end for investing. They have $100 to $500. Anyone reading this has a telephone, and anyone reading this has a computer. Okay, so boom, easy anybody. If you have these 3 things, you have everything you need. Your life is about to change. That's big, right? I know how crazy this might sound, but I'll show you proof. There's a bribe. It all starts with a short 3-minute phone call. All right, so 3-minute implies easy because it takes 3 minutes of your time. Very specific number, okay? So this is where they reveal the mechanism. It's this number. You call this number, you get these results. Don't worry, I'll reveal the full number and what you need to say shortly. This phone call, as you'll see, is the key to retiring rich. So right there, this is the key. So within the first couple of lines, they've given you the big promise, all right? They've given you the urgency. They've made a bribe for you to actually read this entire letter. Like, I've seen people like start with these stories that drag on and on and on. Like, what's in it for me? Get to the point. This is clear, concise, compelling copy. Here's a big promise that's super easy for you to achieve. All you need is this mechanism. All you need is this phone number. Now we scroll through. There's the mechanism again. However, had you placed this short 3-minute call and upgraded your account before buying, you could have walked away with 19,400% gain. So basically, this little example shows that if you had, here, I'll just mark it up. If you had gotten in, if you had made this trade, okay, so we're looking at Netflix. If you had gotten in at this time, you'd have gotten 52%. However, if you'd have made this phone call, you'd have gotten 19,400%. The mechanism does all the work, okay? So that's the trick here. Come on down, right here. All right, so my name is Mike Bernick. By calling and requesting a simple brokerage account upgrade, right, so the mechanism, that allowed me the chance, right? So words like allows you the chance, like this mechanism allows you the chance. The mechanism does the work. And once you do that, boom, boom, all this stuff opens up to you. All this stuff becomes possible because the mechanism does all the work, okay? And the amazing thing is you can unlock these kinds of gains, thousands of stocks, with one single phone call to any of the major brokers. Even when the stock goes up 3 to 4% in the same time period. Okay, so the stock only goes up 3 to 4%, and you can get these kinds of gains, right? The mechanism does all the work, right? Moving on. Let's see. Let me find another example, just one more. But basically, this whole promo, my computer breaks down. It doesn't do this unless I'm recording, but when I'm just writing on this thing, I can write all over it, put my hands all over it, scroll really fast, and none of this stuff ever breaks down. It's only when I'm recording it'll like break down. Okay, words like this. All because he made one phone call. You see this line here? All because he made one phone call, right? Charlie Scott managed to become a millionaire before he turned 40, all because he made one phone call. The mechanism does all the work. It's because he made the phone call, because he used the mechanism, okay? It doesn't matter anything else. You use the mechanism, you make $1 million, okay? What's this say over here? The mechanism does everything. Here are myriad examples. So I wrote this little asterisk here when I realized that all this promo is he's just justifying this mechanism. He's just explaining to you that this mechanism works, and you should pay attention, and he's spending the entirety of the promo persuading you to believe in the mechanism itself. Morrow says, I got a question real quick. My answers. How would you answer the question, why now, for something that isn't urgent but always fundamental? Like in stocks, you always have the external factor that you don't have in other niches. FOMO. The answer is FOMO. If you can prove that other people are using it to success and someone is missing out, automatically creates urgency. I hope you're still around. Hope you heard the answer. Let me know in the comments if you heard the answer. Give me a thumbs up or reply. FOMO is the answer, because then if someone feels like everyone else is getting rich, why aren't I? They're going to jump on that. Like, they're going to be pissed off. And another cool thing is FOMO is actually doubles down with the emotion of safe. Okay, so in my book, Take Their Money at kylethewriter.com/book. kylethewriter.com/book. Inside that book, here, I talk about the big four selling emotions. Right? The big four selling emotions are new, easy, safe, and big. So safe, you can actually use FOMO, right, to boost safe. So basically what you can say is in your promo, thousands of Americans are already taking advantage of the secret to have, and if you're doing health, I believe, you can say thousands of Americans have already done this and seen their life improve dramatically. Well, they've all done it, so that's social proof, and at the same time it creates FOMO, because all the masses are already in on this awesome event, they're on this awesome product or trend, and you're not. So FOMO actually doubles down on safety, the safety element of new, easy, safe, big. So anytime you see the words thousands of Americans like you, look, I'm sitting on that language right here, right? Let me show you. These stories don't surprise me, of course. I personally made a fortune, and I've helped other everyday Americans do the same. Right there it is in the copy, right where I stopped scrolling, okay? Right where I stopped scrolling, it is right there, just saying everyone else is already doing this. I do this. Why aren't you doing this? So you've got safe and you've got FOMO, wrapped into one. Okay, so that's how you build urgency without an urgent catalyst. So it might not be something that you can put in the headline. Well, hell, you can put it in the headline, dude. It might not be as clear cut as something, say, like an urgency date, but yeah, that'll definitely help. FOMO. Okay, cool. So this is just, I'm just gonna scroll a little bit longer. There it is again. Because by placing the short phone call to your broker, you could have collected 831%. Notice he didn't say by investing in a stock. He didn't say by making this trade. He didn't say by doing this or by doing that. He said by placing the short phone call. The mechanism does the work. All right, I'll show you. It was crazy because I was reading this and I was like, wow, that seems so smart. And then here's my sales letter. All right, this is a live page. I don't know if I can squeeze this into something smaller. And because of the way ClickFunnels is set up, I couldn't even print this off into a proper PDF. So it just looks like this. Does it really look like this? This seems really big. I've never looked at my own sales letter. I've only looked at it through like an editor. This is really in your face. This can't be right. This is supposed to be spread out. So we're not going to look at this on this stupid... I think it might be because of Microsoft Edge. This can't be right, though. All right, so we'll open up Mozilla. Don't look at that stuff. I think that's supposed to be like secret information. All right, here we go. Let's go to kylewriter.com/book and see what that looks like. All right, that looks better. Yeah, Microsoft Edge is stupid. All right, here we go. I don't think I can write on this one, but I can highlight with my mouse. All right, cool. So let me show you. This is my sales letter for my book, Take Their Money. Okay, so here's the headline. I'm basically giving away my secrets, and I'm ruining the whole experience for people who are reading the sales letter and get captivated because you're going to see right through what I'm saying. So take a look at this number at the bottom of this 5,000 row sales report. $7,111,888. That's how much revenue I generated in a single year thanks to a powerful secret language that speaks directly to the decision-making center of a customer's brain. Sales and marketing powerhouse, HubSpot.com, has written that every decision is made in this part of the brain. So, boom, I open up with a pattern interrupt. Look at this number. Wow, that's a big number. I made that much money. Here's my unique mechanism, a secret language that speaks directly to the decision-making center of the brain, which is what copywriting allows you to do. It allows you to bypass all the logical bullshit that everyone thinks sell on features and benefits and bullets about my product does this, my product does that. They don't care. People want their emotions riled up. Whether they know they want it or not, they're only going to buy based on the emotional brain's decision to want to buy. And then they justify on logic. And then I realized my secret language here is the mechanism. The secret language is the mechanism. Once you unlock, right, boom, there it is. Once you unlock the secret language, a world of unlimited potential could open up to you, okay? Once you've got the language, you could easily line up hordes of new customers. Once you've got the language, multiply your current sales numbers in as little as 24 hours. Once you've got the language, you can become an unstoppable sales machine in no time flat. And the only place that you can unlock this secret language and explode your bottom line is inside my groundbreaking book, Take Their Money, right? So you can see that the mechanism does all this work, right? Because as you're about to see, this secret language is what makes people buy your stuff. The secret language unlocks the potential. The secret language makes people buy. The secret language taps directly into the emotional center of your customer's brain, all right? So I think that pretty much wraps up today. I think you got a lot out of that. You should have. If you didn't, then just get out of the game. Like, if you can't turn this into money, you need to just quit. Not to be mean about it, but seriously. All right, cool. So let's recap really quick. Let's take a look at our notes. We got 3 ways to come up with your unique mechanism. All right, so I should have done this last. So how do you come up with your unique mechanism? You can come up with an existing mechanism, which is like you have a truly unique thing, a proprietary element in your product that you can actually claim, like, okay, this is my unique thing. So truly unique element, proprietary formula, piece, specific chemical, something that's unique about it that no one else is using. The unspoken mechanism is something that isn't really unique, but you just mention it and nobody else is talking about it. That's actually an unspoken mechanism. So my example was the fire detector gold-plated connectors. The Madmen example, it's toasted for cigarettes. The transubstantiated mechanism. This is what most ideas are. This is what the big idea typically is. Transform the ordinary into extraordinary. And Trump bonus checks was my example for dividend income, right? Which is actually kind of a boring idea, this idea that you get like a couple bucks for every share of stock that you own, or usually like pennies, like 50 cents or something like that. But now it's Trump bonus checks. The biggest companies in America will pay you courtesy of President Trump, right? So that's kind of like taking something very boring like dividend income and making it something extraordinary, Trump bonus checks. How did I decide to do this? I kind of figured, well, I just wanted to try this little method out. So I just wanted to try this method out that I got from Jake, which was start at the bottom, start at number 6, and work your way up. You know what reports, premiums, or what do they get, what's the product that they're going to get, and then try to figure out why should they get it now. And then once you can figure out why they get it now, what's the unique mechanism that allows them to tap into that opportunity? All right, so why can they tap into dividend income? Why can they tap into money, right? So that's where our report is going to tell them some awesome stocks they can invest in with high dividend yields. Why should you get that? Well, our urgency deadline are the ex-dividend dates for these companies. So if you don't get in by now, you will not be entitled to a dividend. But if you get in now, then you can, then you have an opportunity to get a dividend. So we basically instruct you, we kind of teach a little bit about dividend stocks and like what companies are out there. We don't tell, we're not a trader or broker or anything like that. We just do research. We just offer research reports. That's what we sell. So why now? Well, some companies have ex-dividend dates, and if you get in before the dates, you're entitled to the dividend check. What's the unique mechanism? Trump bonus checks. Okay? So what's the unique thing that makes all this possible? I could show you that too. I don't think I have it pulled up. Let me go over here to the other side, and I'll open a new file, and I'll pull up a copy of that for you really quick. So boom, pull it over here. Working real slow for me. Swipe file. And it's under IIN. Trump bonus checks. Okay, cool. Yeah, so here's our promo for that. Hardworking Americans are screaming thank you as some collect money, 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 thanks to Trump bonus checks. All right. So inside this stack of papers, signed into law, has a special loophole that Americans can take advantage of, right? Allows them to collect a bunch of money. Collect it at clockwork. I call it Trump bonus checks, right? So there's our mechanism. We took the loophole. This was actually about repatriation. All these big companies were going to pay out huge dividends. And so that was like a big thing during the tax, like during I think the big tax document, and they were talking about doing repatriation. Man, it's been so long since I wrote this, I don't even remember anymore. But yeah, so that's it, man. That's a unique mechanism. It's how it works. It's very important. The unique mechanism does all the work. The rest of the promo is built around establishing that the unique mechanism is real and true. And I'll show you again. I think another good example. We'll go back to mine here. What do I do for the rest of my sales letter besides explain to you why the unique mechanism, why the secret language is important? My secret language speaks directly to the emotional brain. Why is that important? Because that's why customers really buy things. And I back it up with science, psychology, studies. I got stories. When emotion is impaired, decision-making stops, okay? That's why this is so important to you. And it is my mechanism, my secret language that allows you to tap into that emotional brain and get people to buy stuff. My mechanism does all the work. And it's crazy because I hadn't thought of it like that. I was just kind of doing the thing that was like almost like the curse of knowledge. Like I was just doing it. I didn't realize what I was doing. I didn't realize that I had a mechanism. I didn't think of it like a mechanism. I was just doing it, right? So again, if you want to learn how to do stuff like that, if you want to learn how to write sales letters like these that have made me a bunch of money, go to kylethewriter.com/book. It'll take you to this sales page. You'll see my sales letter. Check out my book. It's called Take Their Money, and it'll teach you how to write sales letters and make a bunch of money with copywriting. It'll teach you, essentially, it will teach you the secret language to speak directly to the customer's emotional brain and get them riled up to buy stuff, get them excited, get them jazzed up over things as lame as dividend income checks, which are worth like 30 cents a share, right? So, I mean, if you can get jazzed up about dividend stocks, which are like the most boring blue chip stocks on the planet, with copywriting. Copywriting will let you get to that emotional section of their brain and get them excited for something as lame as dividend stocks. You can get people excited about anything, all right? And that's the secret to making a bukus of money. Let's just say that, okay? That's all I've got for today. I'll check out the comments once more before I sign off. Justin says this is really good. Thanks, Justin, for tuning in. I appreciate you. Everyone else who's watching this on YouTube, I go live on Facebook at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then I move it to YouTube. So if you're wondering what in the heck's going on, that's what's happening there. Last thing I'll say, oh man, I should have been telling you about this. I have a product coming out. That's going to teach you how to write sales letters, basically just by watching me write this sales letter. Completely over, just like blew past this earlier. If you're interested in that, let me know in the comments below. I'll teach you how to write sales letters like I've been going over on my screen here, like these guys, like the one I wrote. This is actually the one I'll be teaching you. I'll be showing you how I wrote this draft by draft in this new product. And I do think I'm going to offer a reduced rate for the first couple of people. You should know that this product is designed for copywriters to basically just up their game, right? I'm looking to work with people who are actually writing. So this will be a 4-figure product, 4 figures. That means more than $999 by at least $1. All right. So if you're interested in getting a reduced rate, right? Let me know. I'll see how many people I can get in early, get this product refined and stuff. I'm trying to get it out as quickly as possible. Honest to goodness, it's ready. My technical skills just suck at creating the page and getting it delivered. And I'm having to like ask people to help do that and work around their schedules. So it's on like pause, which is kind of lame, right? But yeah, if you're interested in getting in early, I'll probably do like either like the first 3 or 4 customers, or I'll do like the first 4 or 5 days, something like that. I'll give you like a reduced rate just to get some early sales in there, right? So I'll have more details for you on that. Just let me know in the comments if you're interested. So thanks so much for tuning in. We'll go back to this one. Thanks so much for tuning in. That's all I've got for today. Peace out, Copy Squad.